Fornox podcast. Today I'm going to be talking about yet again another trip that I'm going on. I'm going to be posting some of this shit on SupDef, some of this stuff on FKP. Some of this stuff is going multiple places. But for now, for YouTube fucking land, for the guys that care about this kook shit, we're going to be talking about what I'm bringing with me. So this is kind of a what's in rotation for this trip. Maybe I should come up with a new name. What's in rotation? Travel edition. So, first things first, we are going to Wyoming, going on a product launch trip, doing some other stuff with Magpul and Zev and some other fucking people. So, first, let's talk about the guns that we're bringing, then I will talk about the cases that I'm bringing, and I will also talk about the cameras and the other shit. So I'll get all the gun stuff out of the way, then you can skip over the fucking camera stuff if you don't care about that type of shit. And obviously you can see what I'm holding in my hand already. So that's what we're going to talk about. I'm probably going to try and vlog. I'm really bad at this anyways, especially when it's just me by myself. So first, what's in rotation for this trip, or what I'm bringing on this trip gun-wise. First is going to be the Honey Badger. If you watch the any of the Lafayette Nutria trip stuff that I posted, I don't know if I even ended up talking about that. Either way, I went on a trip to Lafayette. We shot Nutria. This is the gun that I brought with me. I went and hunted with this. I brought 300 Blackout. If you don't know what this is a Q Honey Badger. The way that this thing is going to be set up is it's going to have an Echo Arms mod light set up on the fucking front right here with the OKW. It's going to have another, so this has an Echo Arms body. This has an Echo Arms mount, which is steel. The body itself has steel inserts on it, so if you do swap bodies around a lot because you have one light, you need to swap it here and there, those don't fucking strip out. Pretty awesome. And I am a mod light guy. On the other side right here, up front, we're going to have the HRF. This is the dual switch setup right here for the hot buttons. So I have an Engol on the fucking diving board with a T2, the Reptilia right here, which is going to be the QD slot that faces backwards. This is chambered in 300 Blackout. Yeah, forward grip. So I have the Engol switch, right, button with the Surefire pressure pad right there. Nice, short, compact little fucking setup. It does have a Plan B on it still. So I will be running either a Chimera 300 or a Scythe with a Rearden on it, which goes directly to this. Then the second gun that I am bringing with me, that's somewhere down here. All right, second gun that I am bringing with me is going to be this thing right here. This is a Q Mini Fix. If you don't know about these, I kind of did a video on this a little bit ago, but either way, Mini Fix. NX8 Reptilia fucking mount with the RMR on the top. And then I have the EOTech. This is a clip IR. This is the short range version. So again, this is chambered in 300 Blackout. Still has a Plan B. Shout out to Annex Defense because I have the ARCA adapter on here in case I do want to shoot off of a fucking tripod. And mine is an SBR, obviously, with the Grave Sling. I will be running a Scythe on this because we may shoot some stuff, and 110 Barnes is always a good go-to. Same with the 220s or the 190 sub X's. I really like the 190 sub X's. So between these two guns, these are going to be the two lightest fucking guns, and then you throw all the shit on them. This will allow for my bag to be sub 60 pounds because I'm bringing night vision, which we will talk about in a fucking second. Bringing the thermal on the bolt gun. Going to be shooting this under night vision. White light with the fucking Engol on the castle mount. So let's talk about night vision real quick and what I'm bringing. So for my helmet setup on this trip, it doesn't ever really fucking change. It kind of needs to because my microphone is fucking broken on my amps. So OpsCore ultra high cut, super high cut, SF, whatever the fuck they call it. Ballistic helmet. I just have a ballistic helmet because it was available to me, and honestly, when you're shooting out on public land, you don't want to take a fucking round to the head. Whatever is what it is. TNVC Hellstar, right? TNVC mount right here for the PVS-31 battery pack. A Hellstar. This one does have a blue light on it, which is pretty rad. Echo Arms Superior Defense collab fucking light on this fucking plastic mount right here, which is what that's for. It's got an M-LOK slot in it. OpsCore amps, I do need to, as I showed before, I do need to take this off because, well, it's fucking broke dick. That's fun. I actually do that right now. Yeah, so there's that. Also, PVS 31s. These are white phos. Doesn't really fucking matter. I always run them with a cable for the battery pack off the back. And then I run this Kinetic Consulting fucking lanyard right here because you don't want your shit falling off, and if it does, it kind of stays there and you don't lose your nods, which is going to be a good time when you lose your night vision. So we're going to jump into the Pelican case setup and what I'm bringing, how it's going to be inside. I did a video on this before. I'll keep doing it because people like seeing that shit. And then I will move into camera equipment. In this Pelican, you can see, I'll have to remember what fucking size this thing actually is. This actually came with me on another trip to where you can kind of see that there is still a metric shit ton of magazines in here. Random fucking pouches because that's what happens. Safety equipment. Surprised there's no Zin in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to empty this out. We're going to throw some overpass bags in here. We'll probably end up throwing 2 overpass bags in here. My helmet, my nods. We're going to refill this right here because this has fucking batteries in it. Swap out some of this other stuff. There's some more safety equipment in here that we don't really need to fucking bring with us because we're going to bring a full kit. But remember, ear pro, eye pro, especially if you're shooting with people you don't know and just trying to be fucking safe, run that stuff. As corny as it is, you should run it. And also don't take my fucking advice on that because I don't do that a lot. So, anyways, this is the fucking setup for the Pelican. Don't know what number it is because it's covered underneath the fucking sticker, but I'm sure I'll find it and fucking post it. So, we're going to load this thing, get the fucking Tetris going, and get it fucking sorted, and we'll be good to go. This is where we're going to start. We're going to throw an overpass in here, which, by the way, this video is obviously sponsored by Overpass. Then, because I'm me, I'm going to bring some Arid. This is going to be a Spiritus Systems. This is a Mark V. You can see right here, it is set up for 5.56 magazines, pouches, or the CCS, whatever the fuck they call this thing in the front. Throw some shit in there, and then a pouch on the fucking side, and a tourniquet just in case I shoot myself or someone shoots me, and I kind of bleed the fuck out. Another bag that I used to make that I no longer make. Gear Whores makes these now. I used to make them with him. But this bag is called a bong bag, or he calls them Nods Vault or whatever. But you can see right here, it is a padded fucking piece of kit. Basically a camera cube, right, that PVS fits in here, and then I'll throw the thermal in here as well. I'll end up putting it inside my helmet. It'll be a little bit more protected. Yeah, so another piece of kit that'll go in here. Helmet will get thrown in a bag. It'll be all safe in there, and then I have to throw some support stuff in here, which would be, I don't know what support stuff I'm bringing with me right now, but there's the Pelican setup for the most part. You can see it. It's cool. It's rad. It lives. I'll throw some pants and some other shoes in here. So there's the Pelican. We'll keep talking about that in a minute. So after everything's said and done, the overpass fucking bag is loaded. Night vision is in the bong bag. Chest rig is loaded. Got 4 magazines. I am bringing 2 guns. Talked about that. I am bringing the Minifix and the Honey Badger. I have 2 separate silencers. Last but not least, after the night vision stuff goes in here, I'm bringing 2 fucking boxes of Churchill Tobacco Tactical SupDef sticks. And because I am addicted to fucking nicotine, I'm bringing a full log of Zin from Sweden. And this bag is going to be full. That's done. Now we got to pack the camera bag. Traditionally speaking, when I go on trips, I try to bring at least 1 camera with me. This one being that I am going to be shooting some media for myself and some other people. I'm going to be bringing 2, 3 cameras. Not going to be too wild. I am going to be loading this in a Pelican case. I will show you guys that. This trip, however, is going to be a little bit different just because on this trip it will be Silencer Co. Of course, why else the fuck would I go on this trip? But we are shooting a lot of analog, not a lot of digital for some other projects that are coming out. So the first camera that is going with us is going to be this right here. If you don't know what this is a VX2000. If you don't know what a VX2000 is, your childhood fucking sucks or you didn't do anything cool. I already posted a video that Silencer Co. and myself, we shot. They came out to Vegas. We shot a lot of stuff together. And yeah, so again, I will stand on that fucking business and talk that shit. If you don't know what a VX is, you probably need to fucking revisit some shit in your life. But also, so I will be bringing the VX2000. I will have the Sentry Optics Mark II. This is what they call a death lens. So this is really fucking wide, super fucking, it's a fisheye. So there it is. That's the first camera that I'm bringing. The second camera that I am bringing is going to be the A9 Mark II with the 35mm. And then, nothing fucking special, right? I shoot a little bit of video on it here and there. And then, as always, my walk-around camera, this is the camera that I abuse the most, is going to be a Leica Q2. So if you're a camera guy, you already know what the fuck I'm talking about. If you're not a camera guy and you want to ask me questions about cameras, I'll just say this. Go buy a Sony A6000, right? 6000, 6100, 62, 64, whatever number. I think they're on 6500s. Buy what you can afford. Start shooting photos. Start shooting video. It doesn't matter what kit you have. I'm the perfect example. I shoot this on a fucking Sony FX3. I just don't do any fucking color grading. My audio is always shot because YouTube is fucking whatever to me. So, I mean, fuck. We can actually just start shooting all of the YouTube stuff on a VX. So, that's the camera kit that I'm bringing with me. I'll probably bring a GoPro. But I'm going to put all of this in a Pelican. Make sure the VX is safe. That's the one camera I care about because those are hard to get. They're not getting any fucking newer, and they're not making any of them at all. So, camera equipment, let's do that loadout now. So, in this Pelican, this is going to be a 1560. This Pelican is actually going to get reworked because this is from a last trip that I went on. You can see up top that there are some spare disc bags that are actually installed on this fucking part up top. I think you can actually see that, right? Yeah, you can see that. Okay. So, we're not taking any of this with us, and before you ask, yes, that's a fucking red, and for you camera guys, this is an 8K helium, Super 35, this thing's actually pretty fucking rad. It is a fucking nightmare to use unless you have another person fucking pulling focus for you, or you're that good of a camera operator. I can run it fairly well. I use it mostly on a fucking tripod. I don't use it a lot. The other thing is we're gonna be obviously be able to reconfigure this light meter, you know, shit like that. So we're gonna reconfigure this, get rid of the fucking drone because I never use the drone. We're gonna throw the VX and the other camera equipment in here, and then this will be my fucking carry-on. Yeah. So let's get it. So this is what's actually currently loaded in here, so you can see. So I'm not being completely full of fucking shit. This is going to be Leica Q2, canister of film right here. Throw that in there so that doesn't move. 35mm G Master 1.4, 12 to 24 2.8, M7 with the 15mm Voigtlander, A9 Mark II, the Insta360, and then for shits and gig, I'm actually bringing a Leica Sofort, which is an Instax Mini, essentially. Well, it is. That's what it is. And then up top, we have extra batteries, extra film, mini DVs, all the other batteries. So that's what this case is going to look like. This is going to be a carry-on. You don't really want to lose this much money in fucking gear. I did just see a fucking TikTok, and actually, I'll just post that right here.
So I flew home last night on American Airlines, and this is how my gear came out on the carousel. This is what I do for a living, is travel the world and make films and commercials and things like that. And I trusted them with a bag that I checked because they made me. And whenever it came out, all my lenses were broken. Not sure if my cameras will turn on anymore. And now I have no way to feed my family. And they sent me an email saying that they don't cover damages like this, even though they caused the damage. So my last resort is to come here and to make sure that you know not to fly American, because they don't care about your stuff and they dang sure don't care about you.
There you have it. That's what I'm bringing with me on this trip. I'll probably shoot some stuff while I'm out there for YouTube, for Fort Knox, for all this other shit. Something that in the 11th hour has actually changed for me is the can that I'm going to be running on my minifix. I actually ran up to Freedom Firearms in town. Shout out to Freedom, because they actually have the shit that I needed. And I bought a Q Plan B, or whatever the fuck they call their adapter. Rear end is whatever they call them, I think. But I bought a alpha adapter, so I'm going to be running a Omega 9K on my minifix. Kind of fucking cool. I actually want to run the Spectre 9K on it, but I'm shooting 190s, I think. I don't think I'm going to be shooting too many 220 grains, so I opted to shoot with the a little bit more volume 9mm can. Not much more, but it is bigger, and that's where we're going to end on that. So there you go. The guns I'm bringing with me, the kit I'm bringing with me, the Pelican loadout, all that other shit, the cameras. If you're a camera guy, you're stoked. If not, I already told you can fast forward through it and end up at this point. So in the end, Fort Knox Podcast, as always, shout out to all of my fucking self-sponsorship, House Party Distro, Superior Defense, Dirty Kid, Forward Observations Group, Overpass Bags, if you need a cheap bag, and shout out to Silencer Co. I think that's kind of it. Fort Knox Podcast.